Hello everyone, welcome for this lecture. Today we are going to solve the numericals on DC motors. So let's consider first numerical. So it consists of a 4-pole 220 volt lap connected DC shunt motor has a 36 slots, each slot containing 16 conductors. Okay, so the data you can write it, right? So first we'll see the numerical. It draws a current of 40 ampere from the supply. The field resistance and armature resistance are 110 ohm and 0.1 ohm respectively. The motor develops an output power of a 6 kilowatt. The flux produced the flux per pole is 40 milliweber. Okay, calculate speed and the torque developed by the armature and the shaft torque. Okay, let's see what are the datas they have mentioned. Okay, so 4 pole, so P is equal to 4. Okay, P is equal to 4, 220 volts, so supply voltage V is equal to 220 volt. Lap connection, meaning of this lap connection is number of conductors is equal to, means parallel paths will be equal to P. Okay, A equal to P. And then DC shunt motor has a 36 slot, each slot containing 16 conductors. Means there are 36 slots and each slot consists of 16 conductors. So therefore total conductors will be number of slots into each slot conductor. So it is 576, right? And they have mentioned, see, it draws a current of 40 ampere. Okay, it draws a current of 40 amperes, means IL is equal to 40 amperes. Okay, and then resistance are field resistance and armature resistance are 110 and 0.1 ohm. So field resistance is RSH is equal to 110 ohm and armature resistance RA is 0.1 ohm. Okay, so then the motor develops output power is 6 kilowatt, so P out will be 6 kilowatt. If you express this in terms of watts, then it should be 6 into 10 to the power of 3 watts. Okay, then they have given flux per pole is 5, that is 40 milliweber. Milli, if you would like to remove, that is nothing but 40 into 10 to the power of minus 3 webers. Okay, so these all data we know. We need to calculate what is the N, speed, and what is the torque, armature torque, and what is the shunt shaft torque. So remember here, so armature torque is, we have a formula that is 0.159 into 5 IA into PZ divided by A. Okay, so and then TSH shaft torque will be of it is power output divided by omega. We'll see the formula. Okay, so and the data is what they have mentioned, right? So now first they have asked us to find out the speed. Okay, to calculate this speed we have this formula, right? EB is equal to, as we know the formula to find out the speed of the machine, what we can do is EB is equal to, you can use this formula, right? Back EMF is equal to 5ZNP divided by 60A, right? In this N we need to calculate. Meaning of this one is EB has to be, means EB should be known. Okay, in this number of poles we know, right? If you are writing this formula in terms of N, then it will be EB into, means 68 has to be sent that side, EB into 60 into A divided by 5 ZP, right? 5 they have given, Z also they have given, P also they have given. P means number of poles. Okay, 60 is a constant, A also they have given, right? Only thing is EB we need to calculate, right? Let's calculate that EB. Once if you know EB, all the values we know, substitute and you will get the answer, right? To calculate that EB, okay, back EMF in the shunt DC motor, EB is nothing but V minus IA RA. Okay, so then in this V is the supply voltage and RA is the armature resistance. This also they have given and this also they have given. So we need to calculate what is the IA. What is the IA? IA is nothing but IL minus ISH. Okay, remember IL they have given. Okay, IL is a current drawn from the drawn by the armature they have given. Only thing is ISH we need to calculate. So therefore ISH will be equal to V divided by RSH. Okay, so V also they have given, and 110 shunt field resistance also they have given. Do this and you will get a 2 amperes. Okay, then what we have to do is substitute this 2 ampere here, that is we have calculated here, right? It means IL minus ISH. So IL is 40 ampere minus 2 ampere, IA is 38 ampere. So once we know this current, I is equal to 38, substitute this one here. Okay, we know RA also, we know, substitute here. Therefore EB will be equal to 220 minus 38 into 0.1. Okay, all the values we have substituted, so we have got 216.2 volts. Okay, and then now we'll start finding out the each factors, that is, as we said, n is equal to, use this formula. In this EB, you know, phi they have given, means EB you have calculated, phi they have given, Z they have given, P they have given, and A also they have given. Therefore calculate, substituting all the values, you will get n as 563.02 rpm. You just calculate and check the answer. Okay, and second part what they have asked us to calculate is torque developed by the armature TA and TSH. Okay, we'll see how to calculate this TA and TSH. As we know, the formula of TA is 0.1595 into IA into PZ by A. As you know, phi they have given, IA you have calculated, P they have given, Z they have given, A also they have given. So substitute all the values. Okay, 0.159, phi is 40 into 10 to the power of minus 3 into IA is 38 into P is 4 into 576 divided by 4. So if you do this, you will get TA is equal to 139.2 Newton meter. Okay, so this torque in Newton meter. Okay, then we need to find out the shaft torque. So shaft torque should be is equal to what? P out divided by omega. So P out is P out, as we know, the P out is nothing but shaft torque into omega. So then what we can do is, this is shaft torque. So to calculate shaft torque, P out from this formula. Okay, P out divided by omega you can do. So as you know, the omega in terms of a speed, that is 2 pi n by 60. Substitute here, right? So here P out they have given. Okay, so 2 pi by 60 is a constant term, and n also you have calculated. Substitute in the numerator. T shaft torque as 101.7325 Newton meter. So even this one also check the answer. Okay, and next move to next numerical. Okay, so a 440 volt DC shunt motor takes an armature current of a 20 ampere and runs at 500 rpm. Okay, the armature resistance is 0.6 ohm. If the flux is reduced by 30% and the torque is increased by 40%, what are the new values of armature current and speed? Okay, they have asked us to calculate what is the new value of armature current and what is the new value of um, speed. Okay, to calculate that, what we will do is, let's collect all the data, what and all they have given. 440 volt supply they have given. Okay, V is equal to 440 volt DC motor takes an armature current, that is I is equal to 20 amperes. Remember, they have asked us to calculate a new value. Therefore whatever the value they have given, you have to consider it as a old value. Okay, you're supposed to take it as a old value. Okay, and then what they have given is the speed is 500 rpm they have given, means runs at a 500 rpm means speed they have given. So n is equal to 500 rpm. Remember, armature current they have given, speed also they have given. Now they have asked us to calculate what is the new current, armature current and new speed. Okay, of when, so this flux is reduced by 30% and torque is increased by 40%. Observe the question carefully and then start solving the numerical. Okay, now we have got the data. They have given old supply voltage, old value of IA. Okay, and then old value of speed they have given, and they have given a armature resistance. Okay, as well as they have said flux, if it reduces 30%. Okay, and then torque increases 40%, then what is the value of IA, new and speed? Okay, let's take phi 1 as the original flux. okay, and phi 2 is the new flux. Okay, we'll take this, right? Then what we can write is, so your new flux will be what? It should be 30% decreased, means in old value, in that old value 30% has to be reduced. So old value phi 1 minus 30% of phi 1 has to be minus. So phi 1 minus 30% means 0.351. So 1, it is nothing but 151. Okay, 1 minus 0.3, if you do, it will be 0.751. So new flux will be equal to 0.751. Okay, and then you can take a ratio of this phi 2 divided by phi 1, send this one this side. So phi 2 divided by phi 1 will be equal to 0.7. This ratio you take. Okay, similarly what you can do is T1 you take as a original torque, T2 you can take it as a new torque. Okay, then what happens here, T2 should be what? Now it should be increased by 40%, means whatever old value is there, okay, original value was there, T1 plus means increasing, means plus 40% of T1. Okay, then T1 plus 40% means 0.4 T1. So it is 1 T1 plus 0.4 T1 means 1.4 T1. So take this ratio, T2 by T1 will be equal to 1.4. Remember this two. Okay, once you have calculated, what you have to do is, as we know, okay, T is proportional to phi into Ia, right? So phi into Ia, so in this formula, right, we have discussed this earlier during the characteristics and all. So remember this. Okay, since we can write T is proportional to phi into Ia, this we can take as a T1 and a T2. Okay, T1, let's take a T1 as phi 1 Ia1, T2 is a phi 2 Ia2. Okay, let's take that both the equations means ratio, that is T1 by T2 you take. Okay, T1 divided by T2 you do. So this is nothing but phi 1 Ia1 divided by phi 2 Ia2, as you know these two. Okay, that is T1 by T2 is what? Ratio is what? 1 by 1.4. Okay, we have done T2 by T1, just take that ratio ulta, means opposite, that is T1 by T2 will be what? It is nothing but 1.4. So if you do this reciprocal, then it has to be done reciprocal, 1 divided by 1.4. Okay, 1 divided by 1.4. And then similarly phi 1 by phi 2 will be what? 1 divided by 1.7 into Ia1 into Ia2. Okay, so you know Ia1, right? We know Ia1, substitute means original current, armature current, that all these things we substitute. Yet what is Ia2 is? Ia2 is what? 1 divided by 0.7 into Ia1, okay, into this 1.4 will comes this side, so it is 1.4. So Ia1 also you know, okay, they have given, right? So that values you substitute, that is Ia1 is 20 ampere into 1.4 divided by 0.7. If you do this calculation, you will get new armature current is 40 amperes. Okay, and the next is a new speed. Okay, to get that new speed, as we know, N is proportional to EB by phi. Okay, we have also discussed this. In this case, phi, sorry, okay, in this equation we have considered Zp by 60A as a constant term, and then N is equal to Eb by phi. Okay, so this equation, let's take this one as a ratio, old value and a new value. Old value or original value, N1 is nothing but Eb1 by phi 1, N2 is Eb2 by phi 2. So let's take this, arrange it properly, that is nothing but your Eb1 by Eb2, right? Eb1 by Eb2 into this is going to be reverse. Okay, means denominator, it was in a denominator's denominator, so it comes to the numerator, right? Phi 2 divided by phi 1. Okay, take this equation, and this equation is nothing but this one, N1 by N2 is equal to Eb1 by Eb2 and phi 2 by phi 1. Okay, so I hope you know what you mean by one indicates and what is meant by two indicates. One indicates that original values, two indicates that new values. Okay, just this EB1 can be written as V minus IA1 RA. Okay, this is a formula for DC shunt motor, back EMF formula, right? So EB1 is nothing but V minus IA1 RA. Okay, and EB2 is V minus IA2 RA. Okay, RA remains the same, it is not going to change, even supply voltage also remains the same, into phi 2 by phi 1, you write as it is. Now what is the N1 original speed they have given? It is a 500 divided by N2. In this supply voltage is 440 minus IA1 is original value, that is 20, into array is fixed 0.6, divided by V, same 440, minus Ia2, which one is the new value of armature current, that you substitute 40 into 0.6 is the array, remains the same, into 52 by 51. Okay, 52 by 51 is what? 0.7. If you now this is 500 divided by n2, therefore n2 is will be equal to, n2 will be what? 500 divided by entire this term. Okay, if you do n2, you will get, that is 694.259 rpm. Okay, this is the new speed of the motor. Okay, I hope it is clear for you. We'll do with another numerical, right? So consider, okay, let's take this. A 230 volt DC shunt motor takes a no load current of 3 ampere, okay, and runs at 1100 rpm. Okay, if the full load current is 41 ampere, find the speed on full load. Assume armature resistance is 0.25 ohm and shunt field resistance is 230 ohm. Let's get what all and all they have given and what we need to calculate. Remember, they have given 230 volt supply, DC supply. This is DC shunt motor takes a no load current of 3 ampere. Okay, no load current of, so 3 ampere means it is IL naught. Okay, no load current, which is 3 ampere, right? And it's run at 1100 rpm, means when there is no load, then it is no load speed only. Okay, so it is n naught equal to 110 rpm, right? Find the speed on full load. They have asked us to calculate what is the full load speed. This is the no load speed they have given. They have asked us to calculate what is the full load speed. Okay, assume armature resistance, that is Ra they have given, it is 0.25, and shunt field resistance they have given, that is 230 ohm. Okay, let's calculate first on no load and then on full load. Okay, first see what are the on no load, and then we can how we can calculate the speed. Okay, we'll see first how we'll calculate that speed. So as you know, we are going to use this formula. Okay, n is proportional to eb by 5 formula. Okay, so is nothing but eb only, because ish in means in shunt DC motor, flux remains constant. Okay, because ish is constant, therefore phi will be constant, so therefore we'll write n is proportional to eb. This formula we are going to use. For this we require eb. Okay, to calculate that eb for a no load and a full load we need to calculate, right? We are going to write the formula like, you know, a no load to full load. Okay, no load to full load, so it should be like, you know, no load back EMF and full load back EMF. We need to calculate what is these two. Okay, full no load back EMF and full load back EMF. Once we get to know this, we can substitute these in this formula and easily we get it. Okay, this is how we need to tackle this numerical. Okay, so now our intention is to calculate back EMF on no load and full load. Okay, let's see how to calculate this. Okay, so let's take on no load and a full load separately. No load current is how much? It is 3 ampere. Okay, no load speed is how much? 110 rpm. Okay, is as we have seen in a DC shunt motor, ish is remains same. That's what we say, flux remains same. Okay, so then what we'll do is ish will be equal to V divided by RSH, which is equal to V they have given and RSH also they have given, 230 volt and 230 ohm. So therefore ish will be 1 ampere. This current remains the same on no load as well as full load. Okay, keep aside. And then on no load only we are speaking. Let's come to this. What is the no load current equal to? Okay, from this equation, means from this we can say that when it is no load, IL will be, or no load or full load, what is the formula for IL? IL will be equal to ISH plus IA, right? This formula we supposed to use, right? We have here. Okay, so since it is on no load, so we have to consider this. So IL naught we know, that is no load current we know. that is shunt field current also we have calculated. Now we need to calculate ia naught. Ia naught equal to what? IL naught minus ISH. So once you do IL naught, they have given 3 ampere minus 1 ampere we have calculated. Ia naught equal to 2 ampere. This is no load armature current. Okay, so what is our intention? We need to calculate what is the no load back EMF and full load back EMF. So what is no load back EMF? It is nothing but V minus IA naught into RA. RA remains the same and V also remains the same. Okay, that is 230 minus 2 you have calculated here. Okay, no load armature current 2 into 0.25 armature resistance. So therefore it will be EB naught, no load back EMF will be 229.5 volts. Then what we have to do is come to full load. Okay, come to full load current. Okay, that also they have given, it is full load current is 41 amperes. Okay, so from this equation what we can write is IL equal to, that's the IL of a full load will be equal to ISH plus IA of armature of at full load. Okay, this if formula remains the same, only thing is that no load and full load, that's it. Okay, now we need to calculate what is the full load armature current, then IL minus ISH we have to do. So both ISHs remains constant, so remains the same. So 41 minus 1 will be IF equal to 40 amperes. Okay, that is armature full load current. Okay, now we will calculate what is the EBFL, means back EMF at full load. V minus IARA. IA is at full load. Okay, this two as we said remains the same. 230 minus, okay, into minus 0.25 into IFL we have calculated 40 amperes. Okay, if you do this we will get a 220 volt. As we have said, our intention is to calculate the speed. Therefore, we are going to consider N is proportional to EB by 5. Since in a shunt motor, flux remains constant, so it will be proportional to EB. Therefore, we will take a ratio that no load to full load speed. Okay, so no load speed to full load speed is equal to no load EMF, sorry, back EMF to full load back EMF. So no load speed you know, that is 110. Full load we know, we don't know, we need to calculate, and then EB naught you have calculated. Okay, and even you have calculated this one also, that is full load. So 229.5 divided by 220, therefore full load speed NFL will be what? Equal to just 229.5 divided by 220. Okay, into 1 divided sorry, this will be, you know, same thing, NFL will be equal to, so 110 into, send this one to this side and this one to this side, 110 into 220 divided by 229.5. so if you do, and then you will get a 1054.46 rpm. Just calculate.